Actually, what you have to do is stay calm and kill fucking aliens.
Hello, once again, this is Charles from the United Clan. As I promised, this is the video in which we show how we take the mammoths, the 3 of them, or the 2 of them and the 1 rhino, and kill them in the water with the electrocutor over here to the right, as you can see on the screen here. Get them all in the water, everybody shoots. Fast way of killing them, extra money. You've watched the money part at the row on the right is on the screen. You can start with $6,000 on this, and it really is effective because then you guys can go and get all the schematics you want and build and get your guns ready, all that stuff early before you even start drilling. Which is very, very effective because then all you got to worry about is your ammo, your armor, your turrets if you're running turrets, everything like that. This is quite the cooperation here. You need all 4 of you guys to shoot them because you're all using pistols. Later on, you can use and actually introduce, when you get enough money from the first rhino, somebody can put armor out, piercing, incendiary, whichever you want, and do extra. Here is where we start the schematics. As you can see in the bottom right hand corner, there's a lot of money there. I can actually purchase some of the items, my special effects, so on and so forth here.
Okay.
Here's a glitch we found in Awakening that is awesome. As you can see, we all have upgraded our centuries, and everybody comes to this portal, and the portals, and you aim down them because as long as everybody but the person running the Vanguard will cause the aliens to the cryptids and whatnot to spawn down here, as you can see. Also, as you can see on this next part of the video, down in the left-hand corner next to the life bar and so on, an armor bar is a Tesla schematic, which means I already fulfilled the Venom schematic you saw me pick up earlier by the end of the first part of this map, which is great because that puts us ahead of schedule for the ending of the terminals and so on, and we can be more effective with our armor and everything else, and one person running the armor, one person running the explosives, one person running their sentries. Everybody's going to be starting running their sentries, going into the second part of this map, because it just is way more efficient, especially against the gargoyles and the little flying green dudes, the divers. But as you can see, this is very efficient, and it causes one person one time usually to use the Vanguard, complete your objective early, very quickly, and that's kind of what you want anyway. Now, let me just say, when we're doing this glitch, as you can see, some of the aliens can actually get on top of these rock barriers and jump over and actually attack us on the back side. But it's very rare that something big is going to get across because we're all going to be aiming at it anyway. We all have the charge injuries, so by the time it gets up there, it better jump early, and often, like this guy just slipped by us from the back side to the front side, so on. Here is where we're running 4 Teslas. Every one of us got a Tesla schematic, and we find it extremely useful when at least 2 or more people are running the schematic, and at least 3 or more people are running sentry guns of some kind, and they are upgraded all the way. We find this effective because when the cryptids and the other aliens spawn down here, it immediately zaps them. If it doesn't kill them, it stuns them to where we have time to react to them, especially in hordes, which you're going to find a lot of when you're going down in here. But this is the best way we found to actually completing Awakening, and once you get used to this kind, it's not hard to do it in the diamond form and whatnot. Now, we've been received messages about, hey, you can stack them upwards and downwards from each other in this terminal. Up on the platform up here to the right, as you can see, or the up above me right here, and so on. So we try this method, and you're going to find the result on this soon. As you can see, we created a diamond here, but we didn't feel like that was very sufficient, so we wanted to span it out more. And this is where we remembered, hey man, we received these messages of Teslas being able to go up above and down below and still create a beam between each other. So here's where we leave. I put mine up on top here. Put it on the edge to where it should be able to span an electrical field between that one and the bottom one down below. But as you can see, it does not. It needs a direct line of sight, which means they all need to be somewhat on the same level. They cannot go up above and whatever. So we basically debunked that. And if anybody ever has done that and it's actually worked, I would love to see it. You know, we could be wrong, but we did try this few other ways. There's another video that I have recorded, I haven't published yet, where we tried the same thing with 3, and we still couldn't get it to work, even when they were all outward, above and below the edge of each platform to where they were inside of each other. The arc does not go up at all. We found that this is the best way to do this, because this way it controls both the bottom terminals, especially with the sentry guns, which will back up the Tesla schematics, Tesla coils, whatever you guys want to call them, and also the terminals as well.
Alright, as soon as I get it started, I'll throw it.
As you're going to see, it's going to become a very, very, very effective.
You guys all ready for
We only used the core, as you're going to see later on in this video, to kill the board when we had the issues with the Rhinos. This saves you if you take that time. Because one, it gives you more points to put out more stuff when you're losing more stuff, because you're killing the aliens, not the Teslas, not the other ones. But it also gives you the points against the Rhinos and whatnot when they come, when you use the core. It wipes the board completely. You get those points most of the time. There are times where I've seen them to where you don't get the points. So that does happen. I don't know what the difference is or what's causing that. We haven't really investigated that. But it's definitely something we're planning on looking into. One other form that we're looking at is the people above us are the ones with the armor and the explosives, so where they can throw them down the sides here and still protect that middle section from the scorpions that lay on these middle platforms here. And it also covers our backside down below from this other spawn point, as you can see here, where I'm laying down these bouncing betties, and I go back to protecting the terminals. Now, as you've seen, when I rotated over, the other player rotated to his right, to our middle. This is our formation that we use. That way we're covering the terminals all effect. Now, obviously, it's really hard for one person to cover both terminals, but it is more effective than us just standing at the terminals themselves and trying to cover both spawn points and the above spawn points, which they're spawning upstairs. So we do use a rotating effect, and it just seems to work out pretty well for us. And it's something that you definitely need to communicate with people that you play with on a regular basis.
Alright, yeah,
It also lets you double up damage, like from me shooting the Tesla there and the sentry gun. Because it allows that now I just put out a grenade turret to even add more firepower and more damage to the scenario, because they're starting to spawn back there. We don't have no more explosives. He's waiting to gain money to get more to us, so on and so forth. Excuse me. The Rhino pops up here, and as you can see, this is where the core is going to get used, and it's going to wipe the board, and there he goes.
Not anymore, yeah.
That's what we want. Anyway, the sentry gun here, my grenade, the Tesla, And me firing, that's 4 if I'm not on the grenade turret. If I want to go with more power, I get on the grenade turret, obviously. And that's usually in case I'm afraid of a horde, or there's already a bunch at the terminal, or coming down the terminal, or there's scorpions, more than 1 or 2 scorpions above, shooting down at us, especially on the sentry gun. So it's like a triple, quadruple way of protection. You know, like when you play chess, you use, you know, this piece to protect this piece to protect that piece while they're protected by this other piece, so on and so forth. Each piece protects another piece, kind of strategy.
Okay, it went down the hole, but it's down. It's that way.
I do want to throw out a shout out to Turtlebot Gaming. Thanks to him, I actually got this audio fixed for the most part. There's some lag in this video. I've already tried to fix it. I'm not sure. I'm going to redo it. But it's not very often. It's just in certain little specs and things. We didn't feel like there was enough of a problem there. You can still see what's going on, understand what's going on. You can hear my narration perfectly clear. But if not for Turtlebot Gaming giving me some pretty good instructive advice, that's instructive, not constructive advice in doing the audio, setting it up, and so on, I would still probably be struggling with it. Or I would have still already overlooked it and not seen the issue beforehand. So I appreciate it. And you can check out his YouTube channel. It's Turtlebot Gaming. Pretty easy to search.
I have no knife.
This is nice too, having somebody on board with the perk and the upgrade for a Hypno Rhino. It really saved me here because I had to be alone down here for the few minutes. Just because of the scenario, him having to go up, get ammo, explosives because they missed, throwing them downstairs to us, so on and so forth. Because the reason why that is because when they throw them, they automatically get them. They don't have to come down and get them again. And that's pretty obvious common sense. So they don't need to come down and get the things they throw. So they throw them down to us to where we can get them. Sometimes you miss when you're in a hurry, you're being attacked, whatever. A lot of the times, more often than not, they land where the scorpions land. So you have to go up, kill the scorpions, and try and make it. And I've actually died a few times on this map because of that. Got caught with low life and got sprayed with by a scorpion. And yeah, as you can see, there's one here, and I'm going to go up here and kill this one here, I believe. Or is that another part of the... I believe that's another part of the video. Yeah. I usually go up there and kill him when I see him, and I have good life. As you can see, I had a full bar here. And the odd thing for me in this game, and maybe it's just me, but since the last update, it seems the hunters have gotten stronger. Like it's taken more and more for them to kill, and I don't know. The other thing that was very effective is us getting the venom axe. As you can see, I'm going to be using here. We all got arcs, by the way. We all know where all the arcs are, how to find them, blah blah blah. Maybe I should do a video on that if you guys like. Leave me comments about what you would like to know, and we can definitely throw that together. Throw a video together for you, an instructive, strategic, or just a goofing off video too. About some of this information, like where the arcs are or whatever, and how we actually complete the entire map. Because I could definitely throw up entire, you know, completions and games and gameplays for Awakening. I have dozens of them. I've completed this map almost 15 times already, and I don't play it that often. It's just I complete it most often, almost every time I play it. It's very rare for me not to. But it's very rare for me not to be with good players, too. So, that really helps, having good players with you. As I was saying at the beginning, we all have blue Venom X guns. And that's very helpful. Regardless if you have all blue, even having an orange or 2 orange and a blue, or whatever, but having 2 or more people with a Venom X gun is extremely, extremely awesome, especially against Mammoths and Rhinos. And here we are on our charge back. which is one of the quickest run backs I've seen in the game yet. It only took us 2.5 minutes. And here's where we use, well, at least I'm using the Venomex. And I believe another person throws out. Here's, excuse me, and we really start wrecking havoc on the Rhinos here.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't last very long with all of our firepower, as you can see. So. And that's what you want. And like Absolute just said, fuck that Rhino.
Yeah, fuck
you know?
that Rhino.
There's, I remember when Rhinos first came out in Nightfall, everybody was always afraid of them, and oh, they're the big bad thing. They were actually not. I would rather face a Rhino than two hunters together, which usually is the case. They run in packs. They're hunters. That's just me, though. I guess that could be personal preference, but.
Come on, after
I know. I've done it a few times.
But as you can see, we were very effective with our sentry guns. Sometimes I even throw out a grenade turret right here and just start blasting anything and everything. One thing that's key is making sure that you guys cycle with your health. If there's 2 or more people with the medic upgrade, make sure you cycle through them and don't use them together at the same time. One person uses one, the other person uses the other. I accidentally picked up the core here. I meant to pick up my sentry gun. So I had to go back and tell somebody to pick it up because I didn't want to waste the money. I don't know why I had money. But I guess prefer preserving what I have already and using it to the fullest. Which is another key early in the game between, you know, the first area here and the second sector and going on to the third sector. You know, making sure you're getting the full use of all your equipment and traveling them between sites and taking that time. Anyway, here's the end. As you can see, I like to activate that electrical field just like I do in the beginning as I do in the end because it's very, very helpful, and it also speeds it up and helps protect you guys, especially if earlier on you guys had to use a bunch of your medical upgrades. And that's really our plan. And as you can see, I do use the medical upgrade. I got low on life. Another person was about to go down. I'm not sure if you could hear him in the background, so that's what we do. This is our strategy, and as promised, I gave you the intro look at what we do with the Mammoths and Rhinos. That is very effective to get money, set up your gameplay to the fullest. Anyway, that's all I have for now.
Alright, get in.